Octane wins one on the front line. That's another big win there from Seattle Surge. 2 players left for the Ravens now. Better make it 1. It all comes down to Shawnee. And he is trapped. The man is in the wrong part of town, and with this play, it is done. Seattle Surge put themselves on map point.
It's eventually able to hunt him down, but while he's successful there, you see the AR presence. He got Octane on the right side lanes. He had Gunless up top. Either way, map presence in control and favors Seattle.
Who is that? Sneaky Dylan is making his way around the map, trying to cause a ruckus.
And he's actually doing a fairly decent job. He's actually trying to help his teammates over towards B, but when he's trying to help them, they're falling apart. Octane ripping them through, able to pick up 3. And now Dylan, well, he's made his presence known.
Alex has just gone full rogue. He's cut his way through the map in a big way. Now Seattle Surge with a bit of hardpoint time to their name, trying to slow this one down. The bottom of the aircraft, very difficult position to hold. There's a lot of angles to watch out for there. Octane getting it done there at distance, finding himself a nice 2 as he can continue this run. Over towards the A Street we go, and man, this is a furious hardpoint so far.
You got the situation right now, again, about an 80-90 point difference between these two teams, but finally the guns for Seattle. Nice string of kills they were able to get, and I think Looney might have introed that with the XM4 as well. Mac trying to hug that wall, which if you're just standing inside of the police building, you're invisible there, so players get used to it. Octane with the angles, taking down everybody. That's a 7 spree for him. Artillery secured. He gets 1 more kill, he gets the cruise, and talk about a similar to map 1 performance that he needs. He did the exact same thing in map 1. Nice little spree from him, just showing off inside the hill, having a little bit of fun.
Fancy footwork too, not easy to do a little pirouette like that, covering all this tactical gear. And the spawn awareness as well. I gotta see 8 spree, full streaks. This is Octane in his natural habitat, and I don't mean in the air as a missile. I mean posted up, picking up big kills. Check out the curve on this one. Gonna go all the way in the bottom gold, or in the bottom elbow there. Does land it, finds Clay, Mac and Asim get their kills as well though. So Pristini now on the flank. And I say Chance, that's the series, but you called it in the game fuel keys to victory. You cannot blow the leads. New York, they don't blow a thing. Brilliant stuff.
And I think here it is, that 1 versus 1. You see, Kenny's like, all right, I'm gonna go trade this, but Octane, he doesn't re-challenge. Look at that angle. Use it for lead play. He's able to win that second one. That secures the round, so no more streaks on the board. I think Octane, though, did finish on 4.
And the shred machine gets the first kill.
Yeah, Octane finds kill number 2 here in the spree, and now it's all on to Illy. This is to tie it up 3-3. The bomb's still making its way over towards B. You've got Octane deep in the terminal covering things. Illy, this is the thing that Illy does, though. He's so aggressive, he's so fast, he makes the wrap immediately. But heads up play from Seattle. They know he's on the run here. And immediately you go over towards A. You burn a little more of the clocks, not a problem. Illy's going to check these spots. Eyes on B bomb. And now they know for certain it's a push towards A. But like, what do you do if you surge? Like, do you hold the line? Do you hold the back? Or he saw something. This could be a fight. You could get guns up, get something on him, Chance. But Illy, he's got to go. And oh my God, Illy, what in the name of all things Dallas? He once again makes the run, but that's
So we talk about Garage, Seattle, they got to get in here quick, and that's exactly what they're doing as they line up for Sam.
And look, man, you mentioned that it was talked about, like, in scrims this team can perform. They haven't been able to translate where there's the translation.
Keep his players safe in this bomb going down now on B. That's going to be a 3v2. Octane in from behind. Nice shots onto Neptune. Makes it a little safer. Slack's going to take the shot. Octane gets it. And Looney finds the kill on the back end. A great retake from Surge. The nades are coming through. Finally, we get a trophy on point. Octane wins a big one. Awakening and Neptune now trying to get involved. They eliminate some of the reinforcements. But again, the contest is going to be crucial right now for Florida. Burn as much of this time as possible. Don't let them get it. Octane wins a big one on point, baby. We're still getting the contest. Sky is now bringing his guns forward. And Octane, he is Mr. Do-It-All right now. Can he hold on? This contest is crucial. No one with a semblance of control right now, but Octane is keeping this one together on a razor's edge. Still with a contest. Slack to Neptune, lining up for the fight. 3, 2, 1. They'll make the push, but again, no one wants to give anything up. No one willing to let this one slide. And Octane, he's still going, dude. He might be able to find a few more kills here, but into the guns of his teammates they go, Chance. And we're going over to B2, dude. That was one of the most unbelievably long contests from a team that could seemingly not capture a zone to save their lives. A clinical round against the Mutineers there.
And Garrison control is a threat for him, man. If you're looking at their records just on paper.
And I love the aggression right there from the Surge, pushing out towards back Tetris, and they won the 2 engagement. They eliminate 1 player in Dashy, and at the same time, Scump does drop in bomb sites. So they could have worked in there and got that free bomb plant, but they knew that all the action was going down towards back steps. They rotated over through bottom mid, and Octane puts 3 on the round, give him the hat trick.
Does he go around enough? He does. They actually line up. It's 2 big ones early out of Octane. Draza, meanwhile, continuing on the spree, shuts down Looney. 2 versus 2. Bomb planted, 30 seconds on the clock. And the question is, how does Surge look to play this? Octane again with the beams.
Trades are coming in, but that's going to be 3 dead. Octane, the last one alive. Trying to find any picks that he can't. Formal just snapped on him. Takes him down to 29 HP. That was quick out of him. Envoy's just going to try and stop that clock. He gets some progression. OpTic now, they know there's going to be another fight for playing control. Here comes Pristini. Here comes Gunless.
They get them all cleared out for now. They get them back to spawn. And it just, we got to think about it too. Like a lot of times with this map specifically, like that, this is where the new rules are really going to come into effect. I mean, this is such a war of attrition, right? Like who could get the most kills, who wouldn't get dominated maybe when they're on the offensive side. But the fact that you got 1 point and 1 point on to B, pretty good work from OpTic already.
Go from midpoint, go from midpoint, go from midpoint, which means to me, Maeve, that they've really focused on breaking that zone from the middle of the point and not to be idiots and do something else.
Yeah, no, and sometimes like that, it's like, you know, these players are all so good. They're highly intelligent players. They're in this position for a reason, but into this map too. Nice little clutch from Octane. 1, 2. And look at that, he is so weak.
I'll see you later.
Little finesse, little beam.
4 for 4 so far. We'll see if London can make it a 5th straight. As everybody runs right to the line set of Prestini. Octane, it is a shooting gallery here as the round can't even keep up with how fast-paced this one is.
Kills are going to go in favor of the Surge, make it 3, and just like that, they're able to fight out of this trap that they had the potential to get put into. Now gaining some time onto this clock off that P5 hardpoint.
And Octane starting to hit some beams. They have to continue to have him go off. And doing that, he is sitting now on the 4 spree, having a few teammates now to join alongside of him.
Staying alive so far. They're trading well they were up until that point, and now Octane with that 2-piece. By the way, 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the hill. A man has just stayed in the hill. This is like prime Octane right now. He just takes the risk. And with that risk, you see his position. Now they're trying to work the flight, but Octane with an elbow to the face of TJ leaves Venom in a 1-on-3.
Oh, he's trying to send him back to the bench for that one. Lays him out. 3 in a row for Surge now. Way up to Tiki, but Octane wants no part of it. Hard to spot in the water, but he's able to hit.
Nice shots. They're just trying to get into their positions, get into that defensive setup. See the position that Pristini was going for all the way up water side, but they can't control the middle of the map right now. So again, you're looking at a player to try to slow down this push. Octane's going to be that guy, and now he's on 5 in a row. Thinking about some streaks on a map like Raid, that would be awesome. With 2 kills, is able to find it. Streaks not gonna happen. Pristini able to find the timing. That's 4 dead now for LA Thieves. They had this setup, potentially had the streaks, and the spawn out comes in. Look at this weird timing. DJ, he's just on the other side of you. And well, now you know.
Hello. 3 down again. Draza, the last man up, and Octane trying to hunt him. Pristini from the other side. They're able to get it 5 in a row now for Octane, and quality beams out of Pristini. About to eclipse the 200-point mark. Can they close it out and push it to a 5th and final map, which would head back to Raid? They're in good position to do it here.
You have a pinch, though. You have 2 in the back and then Venom towards the front. Venom wins his gunfight, and that should be the hill broken. Nice job by LA Thieves, but there's the response. Close spawn should be in.
It's a streak.
When we were going to listen in, they weren't able to break this last time. Can they do it this time around?
He has a streak. He has 2 streaks to work with. And Octane is just frying.
Last player alive is going to be Octane towards back exit. he's able to take down 2 before he drops, and his teammates are able to get back on towards the point. So even with the Surge dropping like flies on that play, they're still able to stay alive with a great play out of Octane to get the 2, stall enough time for his teammates to get back on that point.
I know we talked about it in our Keys to Victory stud, but I know you have kind of talked to me a number of different times about how great of a player that you think Classic is. Nicky D kind of has a lot of intangibles for a team, and I think we both agree, like, a team like Seattle, I think, has the ability to benefit more than possibly a roster like Legion did. And you see Octane going 9-4 just to start off this hard point. He had a 1.3 in that series versus LAT. Talk to me, like, what do you think some of the benefits are by adding a player like Classic to the Surge?
So when you're adding a player like Classic to the Surge, like, obviously before they made that roster change, they had Looney on here. So before Looney, he was that in-game leader. So when you add a player like Classic to the mix, that's one thing that they were struggling when they released him. And that's what a Classic is so well at doing. He has the past chemistry with Octane, with Gunless, and they've won multiple championships together. But just adding Classic, he's going to do all the dirty work and just keep the small talk and keep the plays consistent for the team. Make sure everyone's on the same page and just really be that in-game leader for this roster.
I'll tell you what, man, this roster could definitely utilize that skill as they have, you know, like I said, with players like Looney, and at times you can take a hit whenever you lose just the advantage like that. But Octane, 12-4 on the 7 spree, does in fact earn the artillery and could be moments away from grabbing the cruise as well. As 90-53, Surge coming out strong to start this one off. P5 could definitely start to tell somewhat of a different story, but again, they are able to push out the spawns and now have the advantage coming into that hill as well. A few moments away from capturing that century mark here to start off this hard point. As we go and step aside and listen with the other side. Let's go to our Astro listening now with Atlanta.
Looks like they're picking it up. They're starting to flood towards him. Can Octane get some of these key kills?
Doesn't know here. Yeah, he's here.
Oh, well, the way Attached was playing, I thought he realized it. Okay, but it's not going to matter because he gets attached as well. Maybe blessed a bit with the spawn, get into the back, Surge now can put it away. Just over 30 seconds to go on the hard point. 20 points needed for the victory. In the bane of Rocker's existence has been first and second. Surge can shut it down here. But every time I feel like I'm saying it, Standy makes a play.
They keep making plays to keep their life alive. They just want to get it to the next hill, but here's the problem. They're losing it here and on the rotation. Gunless is already across the map. Well, Octane's like, no, I'm putting this one away.
Really, but once you got Octane and Gunless to this plat, I mean, they were just lining them up, and then you saw what you see, what feels like for a decade. Classic finessing in front, Octane putting in shots over the top.
Top of that H3, that's me, Major Maniac and Indy trying to get pushed up. They've done that, but Octane, he goes on the flank, and he's just challenging everything and anything. He's on point right now, up to 8-5. Trying to keep his team in the match while trying to keep his team control of this hill. But not a lot of time earned by Surge with that early setup. Minnesota Rocker, they're going to get on it.
He's going to drop, so no streaks are going to be in on his side. But they have just took complete map control of OpTic. They're swanning them all out towards the back of P2. They're picking up kills left and right. This is looking great from Seattle to start.
It definitely is. You can just tell the team is hitting new forms. Players going on sprees, and now it's Octane's turn. That's going to make it 3 in a row for him, and they are getting shut down in a hard point that you don't really see it happen all that often. Maybe starting to have a few sequences of life, because that's now going to be 5 in a row.
Did what they had to do. They contested P1 all the way to the very end. And with about 10 seconds left, they were able to chain 2 kills together, which forces the Seattle players to spawn all the way across the map, and they get the job done with a great break onto that P2. Eventually a great hold to get the job done there and force it to a game 5.
Cannot believe that he stays alive, gets the kill, does not in fact fall off the map. And we talked about, I mean, if Octane dies in that situation, Dashy wins the 1 versus 1. 1 round away, stud, talk to me.
That was such a great crossfire right here. Like, you see Octane, he's in this engagement, but Classic, he was able to just put down a couple shots to force Scump to back down. And then eventually, Octane takes his focus onto Formal as he knows he's going to fly out a money window, finds that engagement. You see Octane in this position, just holding down this broken. Doesn't really matter how much time you're able to give up off this P1, as it will be a contest fest from both teams. He's just trying to make sure that he keeps these spawns for his team, because a full 60 for that P2 is going to be a great answer for Seattle to try to close this one out.
And really just a great spread across the map as Octane now makes it 5 in a row. We talk about being back to land, and Octane feels quite good right now on Apocalypse. 155 to 95. Paul X trying to make as much of a dent in that next spawn as he can. He made the play last time around in our first set of rotations, but Surge reading it this time. Can we make it 6? How about that? Whether it's the AR or the SMG, Octane has shown up to play. Is ready, has the 74U, earns the first streak, and quickly turns.
See him answer back, at least in this map number 3 on land. It's a good response for the Surge.
Yeah, it is, and as we said, Octane hits a lovely shot through tube. As we discussed, with bringing on a player like Classic, it kind of only continues to put a spotlight on those 3 slayers of Octane, Gunless, and Prestini. Prestini can answer the call. We've talked about how great of a stage 4 it has been for the ARs. That third piece, three-headed beast for Surge, will be just what they need. Try and get some W's on the board, and already talked about that. Octane just happy to sit inside a top plate.
And now the Ravens are able to hop onto this point with a little bit of stack fest.
Yeah, here comes pretty much the headbutt. It's a dance toward the bottom side of the plane. A great spot for us to be as 2 players off of spawn for the Ravens, as that will be 2 for Octane. Nearly makes it a 5th, and that will be it.
And that is what you call a perfect rotation to start this hardpoint on Checkmate, as Seattle are going to be set up to chain P1 and P2 together.
Yeah, you just look at the slaying right now. 5 and 2 from Prestini. Classic playing well. 5 and 3, and Octane now on 4 in a row. 5 and 2 for him. The best way. You could not ask for a better start through a hardpoint, specifically on Checkmate. We're talking about how great that P2 could be. London have the advantage in Surge. Wipe that right away, and that is the worst thing that you could ask if you're a Ravens fan. Like we said, Stud, coming into this, you want to get some hype. And their last victory they had versus the Gorillas, it was hype. It was just a number. It's a lot of cover toward the plane, but it's a long stretch in order to get there, as if you begin to line up now for Octane close range. That's going to be the force spree. Surge look to continue the heat on up, as this lead very well could start to change. All the pairs players are off spawn.
Yeah, and Octane's working towards some streaks. He's 30 and 19 on a 5 spree. These streaks can be massive if he can pick these up, as we're going to see a lead change right now. Seattle have brought themselves back into this game. That's 2 rotations where they were able to chain P4 to P5 to stay around still in this game. Paris Legion has to set up that rotation to P1. You see Octane is just going to take his time. Fortunately, not going to be able to close out on that kill, as 2 players from Paris are able to pick up both. Scrap's going to hit a teammate, so there's only going to be 1 player left in that position, which is going to be Zappius. But Octane, he's just focused on picking up these streaks. That's going to be another one down. Currently on a 6-3, working for that streak. He's going to know that Scraps is going to be backdoor. He's also going to dodge the nade. The guy is just a moving mechanic. He's on point right now. Great shots right there out of Octane to pick up that streak. Here comes the artillery. The lead swap is once in again. And Seattle, their main thing right now, because they cannot win off this, they have to try to flip these spawns. And you see their main focus as they're eliminating Temp. Aqua's going to be the only one on that side of the map.
Yeah, and because of these fights that were going down inside the middle plane, Paris were granted those spawns. Gunless spawns toward back red. Octane looks to try and enter onto the 8 streak, is able to grab it. So there's the 2nd streak. Despite what were a few problems throughout this P1, Seattle have righted the wrongs, as now that's going to be 9 in a row for Octane. They've also got the next spawn.
Thought he was going to get Classic, but Octane, yeah, he doesn't expect him to be down there, so he's able to find that pick. Now everybody from Seattle Surge rotates on over. Here comes their push.
Well, Nate will back him up. Dashy's gotten pushed out. Have to work this plan, but Octane prone in tunnel. It's his 2nd inside of the round as he starts to take over in this search and destroy. Scuffed looking to bring it back. He drops all on 4-1 now. It was a 1v3, gets the first. 2 players left. Oh, you want that back. Maybe a chance to make it a 1 versus 1. Knows the position of both players. The snap's on point. Formal for the 1v3. Oh, you need another bullet or 2. Octane gets the last laugh. He opened up the round as well. Watch this guy shoot. We'll see it from his POV this time. Game zone 1. Oof, you dude, like, yeah, just does not miss. Like that.
Yeah, just some freebies. And, you know, as you said, offensively it can be tough. And I just think Checkmate is one where, you know, if there's a submachine gun who's really going off and is always in the plane, he's going to have the angles on you. At times, it can be very difficult to kind of get to your spots. Unfortunately for Octane, it's just his turn. But now he's starting to turn on up 4 in a row. They have just created a wall. Gunless with a multi-kill as well. They've held on defensively, and now Octane's on a spree. They set up that pinch. Skies, he's able to find that 3x multi-kill to deal with the rest of the pressure from Seattle Surge. But yeah, you had a forward position. You got a couple of people out onto this second hill, but Surge, they don't find the kills. As you said, just a lot quicker with the reinforcements. As, again, with 20 seconds left, you see the spawns flip.
But you bump it up to what, a 5-point advantage. You're thinking about the round 5. 4 Mutineers. So it's like, yeah, I mean, you're going to need to come in here and Octane 1 versus 3. Tougher spot than we just saw Gunless in, but first fight, first death for Kleenex. Bomb just about to go down. There's the plant through for Ultra. Now can Octane get the kills and get the defuse? I saw Inside was about to shoulder that. I don't know if he spotted him or not. It seems like he might have, based on how they've repositioned. Takes a little damage, wins the fight, the pre-fire to the edge. Now Insight's in trouble.
Kind of a breath of fresh air, I feel like, for Surge. I mean, off the start of the game, it was Classic and it was Pristini who were leading the way in regards to slaying. It wasn't the ARs. It wasn't Octane and Gunless for once. And I know we'll take a look at the ending scorecard here in just a moment, but it wasn't one player taking off, as you mentioned. It was a team affair that led to the dominance.
Well, and this is post-streak, right? You had everybody on it.
Yep.
Well, Octane, he just flies on through. He's got Classic Pristini in front of him. He hits some shots. This is where Alex almost makes the play, but Octane holds on. The peek, though, from Classic towards the middle of the map, why not? Of course he's going to be there. They have to get on the bomb. They have to get on the plant. It's going to be a 1v1 Octane versus Formal.
He knows he's got a plant. He knows he's got a plant, so he sends it forward. And Octane closes out a wacky round.